about our stitching and other stuff. Today's March 12th. We're on Saturday today, and as you can see, we get to be together.
Yay! The past did not keep us away. The past might keep us from getting home, but the past didn't keep us from getting over here.
But we never complain if you have to stay longer.
Our jobs might complain though.
Yeah, not yours. You can work from here.
I didn't bring my laptop.
Oh, well, I guess you'll be sick then.
Guess I'm sick. PTO day. Yeah, we're here. It's actually gorgeous here. I think it's going to be fine tomorrow. I think the past is going to be, I think if we leave in the morning, we'll have a really good chance of not having any problems.
I think so. I bet it'll be fine. We'll just watch it.
Yeah.
We spent the morning doing chores at our house because, we were gone last weekend. So the house was a disaster. So we had to do some bathroom cleaning, and I'm still putting the girls' room back together because we keep inheriting new furniture, and that means I'm shuffling everything around. And so we did that. And tonight we're going to go south about an hour of where I am. So I'm in central Washington. And then about an hour south of here is an observatory with big telescopes. And the girls and I have been doing studying astronomy.
Is that over the border into Oregon?
Oh, no.
It's still Washington.
It's still Washington. Yeah. Okay. It's not too far from the Columbia River Gorge. If you go another 15 minutes, you're pretty much down. So it's a really pretty drive, and the weather is nice. So
we're gonna have a little adventure. Poppy and I sat on the couch all morning and watched them all clean. And my husband said,
I felt kind of guilty.
We should have some more children because they were very busy little children.
Yeah.
Of course, my house doesn't have as much of children's stuff to be picked up every week either.
Probably doesn't get as dirty either because people aren't tracking in.
The two of us, and we're pretty. Yeah. I mean, when you get to our age, you're just not. Now that nobody's living with us.
I walked by your car and just I wasn't peeking in, although it doesn't matter, but I kind of walked by and saw in your window and I was like, what would it be like to have your car be that clean? I don't remember what it's like before kids when your car isn't sticky inside all this time. Because I was cleaning out our car because that was my Saturday chore. One of them.
My car is not as clean as Dad's car. It needs to be vacuumed. It needs to be detailed inside.
Yeah, mine does too. And I'm trying to get there. But
my car got used a lot by people this summer that didn't have cars, that had dogs in the back seat, and they just haven't been. But yeah, it is a totally different world when you don't have. When there's and especially when
we've got looked under the very back seat, and there was just a pile of fries down under the seat. It went. I don't even know how fries got where they were. And it wasn't just a couple fries. It was a box of fries fell down there. And I was thinking, how does that happen? And you don't think later I should clean that up?
I lost all my fries. I'm not going to say anything to anybody.
So I cleaned up those fries. But I was
just thinking, the mice come in here and clean them out.
World?
No. And even the last several years of having adult kids living with me would drive me crazy sometimes because I just knew, and it wasn't that they were bad. I mean, it's just that when there's that many more people, but Carrie and I, we don't leave our shoes laying around usually. Or, and I always tidy up. I don't go to bed until my family room is tidy. My cross stitch gets put away. I fluff the pillows on the couch. There's usually not a lot of dishes in the sink. I don't, because I can do that when it's just the two of us.
And I don't do that anymore. Because it would take me 3 hours to clean up everybody else's.
Right. And when people lived with me, I couldn't do that. I mean, I would kind of do areas, but and it was nothing really against them, just more people.
Yeah.
But anyway, we didn't.
Maybe they weren't putting their things away
well, some of them weren't, but some of them only had tiny bedrooms they were trying to live out of too. So
So
it's water under the bridge.
We've done lots of chores to try and mitigate that, but like you said, it's kind of discouraging because tomorrow it'll look just like it did before we started, but it won't actually. The laundry room had it's kind of our dumping station. It had just been dumped for 2 weeks without anything. And some of it was stuff we had brought back from grandma's, and it's time now that the dresser is refinished and up in my room. It's beautiful too up there, grandma's dresser.
Did you refinish it?
Just the top. We just just added more.
I'll have to go look.
Yeah, it doesn't look hugely different, but so that's all up there with the mirror.
She not only got my mom's dresser, but it happened to have been my mom's grandma's dresser, so it's been in the family a long time.
So
yeah.
So here we are. We're having fun plans and enjoying our weekend and showed them in Canto last night. So
Saw that.
Walking around with our songs in our hand.
Played Sleeping Queens with Rosie.
Oh, yeah,
Played
that's a fun card game.
Gnomes at Night, kind of a cooperative. I think
Mhm.
after I beat her 3 times on the Queen game, she decided she wanted to do a cooperative game.
Let's put that Mimi's good game skills to work for me.
I thought, you're not a baby anymore. I can win.
Yep, it's true. Was she do okay sport?
She was a good sport,
Mhm.
but I could kind of tell
She doesn't get real.
You could tell she got a little
defeated.
yeah, she kind of wilted.
So cute. She is really cute still.
So I said, do you want to play another game? No, let's play another game. Let's play a different game. Maybe.
I'm tired of losing.
I don't win games very often anyway, so that's
Mhm.
I have to play against my what is she,
Yeah,
8-year-old grandchildren to
9.
win.
It's your
My husband
boost your self-esteem.
beats me at every game.
I don't know.
Anyway, but I did do some stitching
I did
and
a little,
yeah.
not as much as normally, I don't think. But I can't think why. I probably did stitch more on like one thing. I
Yeah.
definitely stitched more on one thing than I do.
I started off stitching a lot on one thing, and then I thought, oh, I need to vary this up. So I have a little bit of stitching on a lot of different things. But
Yeah.
But moving forward, it's progress.
Yeah.
It's
Still moving
things
ahead.
forward.
I'm getting close to a finish, so that's exciting.
While she was busy cleaning, I watched Anastasia Ming. She used to be called
I don't remember Nico's.
Nikota Stitches. But anyway,
Nikota,
Anastasia Meng, Meng. And if you don't know her, we've talked about her before, but she's a Russian gal living in Beijing teaching English. And she's got really great English too.
Mhm.
And not just, I was listening to her today, and it's not even like she has good proper English. Like she knows, like, oh, that didn't really catch my eye. Like she has phrases that,
Figurative
or
language.
something about fancy, catch my fancy,
Mhm.
which isn't really phrases that we use every day kind of English, but she uses them correctly. So
Mhm.
anyway, she had shared, she did a video on the bird flying by, the hawk.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Or
squirrel.
kestrel.
Squirrel.
Looking for something.
Anyway, so in Russia, there's a big, it's called, just lost the word.
Market?
It's like a market, but it's called something different.
Bazaar.
No, it's like a whole different name. Like I wouldn't even thought that was the name. But anyway, it's a big marketplace.
Mhm.
And I think it's like a big, maybe like a warehouse kind of thing. And then the Russian designers and like Russian, like fabric dyers are there. It's all kinds of stuff. But she focused only on the kits, the companies that make kits. And she focused on like 4 of them maybe, and kind of showed their new things. They have this in spring and fall. And so she said some of the things that she saw online, obviously she didn't go to it, but she saw online were maybe releases that had come out in the fall, but then they added a few new ones. And I watched it mostly because it was, I find it interesting to see what other countries.
This is in Beijing.
She's in Beijing, but this was Russian.
Oh, this was in Russia.
And she's very connected in the Russian stitching world because she is Russian. And she's talked about Russian stitchers before, and it's a whole different kind of dynamic, I feel like, than American or maybe Western stitchers. Even the Chinese stitchers are very different styles. Like they don't understand all these little tiny projects. They do these huge things that are like epic. Yeah. So I watched it just to see what Russian designer kits were coming out. And it was interesting. I kind of like seeing that kind of stuff. There was nothing that I was just dying to buy.
Mhm.
There was one company that did, there's 4 kits and they're basically ladies, like almost like the Russian version of maybe a Mirabilia, but not quite as flowy. They were 4 women of the world. So there was an East Indian woman, an African woman, a Japanese woman, and what's the 4th one? Did I say Egyptian? Egyptian. And they were very tall, skinny women, and they were beautifully, what was really caught her eye was all the embellishments. Like there was tons and tons of different kinds of beading in their hair and in their dresses. And I thought that would be maybe kind of interesting if you were into that kind of stitching. But anyway, if you're interested in seeing that, I would check her video out. She was really cute because, well, I mean, this is the part that was really cute. She just really is a cute gal. She cracks me up sometimes, but there was a pattern a kid that she really, really wanted. And it was a little bear and it had flowers all around. And she goes, "Oh, I just really want this kit. I just really want this kit. I can't get this kit," because she can't buy
Russia.
any. She normally doesn't buy a lot of things out of Russia. I think maybe, I think shipping and it is expensive, but she said, "I don't think they're releasing this under a PDF, but I really want this one." She was just very angsty about it. But she did also highlight a Ukrainian company that was not there. And but they're well known for embellishment things like floss tags, wooden floss tags, and some other little things. And one of the things was really kind of cool. It was like a box, like a wooden box that the lid came off, but it was in the shape of an animal. And I forget which one she showed the picture of. And so you take it off, and inside, I think Cross Stitching with Luda has had something like this in her videos. You take it off, and there's like a little box, and like in the picture, there were like some spools of fancy floss, and maybe you would keep needles in there. And then but the lid goes on, and it's magnetic, and it's really tight, so it doesn't fall off. And then there's like an animal kind of wood burned into it, and then there's slots, and you can stick your little bobbins of floss upright.
in it?
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
really cute. She said actually they became really famous, and people were actually buying those to put in their pictures on Instagram with their projects as props almost. I mean, they used them, but they also became a really fancy prop. So that was kind of fun. Yeah. Anyway,
I've seen those before.
Yeah, that was kind of my morning while you were cleaning.
Cleaning and
I
cleaning.
did feel kind of guilty.
We didn't have you come visit so you could clean our
I
house.
know, but I was gonna say, I did wash a couple dishes this morning. I was gonna help you do something in the house, and I couldn't find you. I think you were out doing the
I was
car.
probably out in the car. Yeah, doing the car.
That was I didn't try very hard.
That's okay. I don't really come over and do deep cleaning at your house when you visit. But your house doesn't need it. So.
Yeah, it usually does.
Wow. Anyway, so that's what we've been up to. We do have a featured friend this week, so we still kind of just going through them in the order that I get them. As always, if you're new, we didn't even really introduce ourselves. This is my mom, Kim. Hi, surprise. We're in Washington State, and we're not normally together. So this is your first video watching us. We are normally on Zoom because we live on opposite sides of the mountains and can't be together every week. So
we have not done one together, I don't think, since August.
No, we did that one at your house a few weeks ago when I was there. In Dad's office.
We did. That was the first one we've done since August together.
Yeah, I think so.
Or July. Or
we didn't do one together at Christmas.
No, we were both too tired.
That's right.
It was just too crazy.
Yeah, that's right. So we haven't gotten to be together a lot. And we do need to have Aunt Nancy or somebody hop in with us sometime.
Yeah, we tried to have Tina. Tina's waiting for her new internet.
Yeah, we should check back in with her. But anyways, if you're new here, we do every week when we can, we have a featured friend. So someone who's emailed us in a picture of a project, usually something they've finished, which we love to get to show other people's accomplishments, but also it inspires us to, I kept looking at the one we're going to show today, and I've thought multiple times about doing either this one or one of these in the future. So today we got one from Amy from A Little Farm Quilts, and she does some beautiful things. And she stitched this with Gail, our friend from Gail's Golden Needle, because they're also friends, and they both stitched it. So Gail, I think I've seen hers all finished. She finished hers, I think, in January. So this is the Modern Folk Embroidery Fruits of Plenty 2021 SAL. So I'll put the picture in right here. Mom was asking if she has the floss.
Yeah.
Amy, let us know what floss you use. We'd love to know. This is Modern Folk Embroidery's Fruits of Plenty 2021 SAL. I started this on January 1st, 2021, and finished a little late. This is not late to me, on January 27th, 2022. I loved every stitch. I stitched this with my friend Gail from Gail's Golden Needle, and I have been having trouble focusing my stitching since I finished it. Have a great day. And that's, she's A Little Farm Quilts on Instagram and on Flosstube. So she has a Flosstube as well. You should definitely check her out because she has some gorgeous things. So thanks, Amy, for sending that. And we'd love to know what color you used. I don't know if it's one. I should look at it again.
You know,
on my
and
phone.
I have not
Oh,
ever
it's probably
stitched,
more than one color.
yeah,
There's
I
probably
haven't
the dark.
stitched anything by them, but every time somebody shows one of these gorgeous pieces,
Mhm.
and I was started to tell Sarah that when I came back to cross stitch in 2018, I think it was 2018 when I really started getting serious about it again. One of the first floss tubers I watched was Jan Hicks, and she was working on one of these for that. I don't know if it was the 2018 one that they released or the 2017 one, and it was gorgeous. And of course, her colors that she picks, she was doing hers. It was a seasonal picture. Like, so I think there was a section that was supposed to be summer, fall. So she was picking colors in those, in the same tone, but reflecting each season. But the thing that I remember the most is that she realized after she had done a fair amount that she had oriented it on the fabric wrong. Yeah, and rather than start all over on another piece of fabric, I feel like she started over the right way, and she was going to slowly take time and pick out. But I don't know if I don't know if she's worked on that recently, but it's gorgeous. Their patterns are gorgeous.
Really
And
pretty samplers.
that one I had not seen other than this one and Gail's. So
Yeah,
lots
really
of folk
pretty.
embroidery.
Thanks for sending that. If you have something that you would love for us to feature, send it into the email at the email in the description box, stitchandstuffxs@gmail.com. And I think I still have one or two. So if you send it in, we'll probably show it in the next couple of weeks here, and that'll be great. We have another person to feature. It's this person. What's your name, person?
Millie.
Millie's our girl. Millie's the cross stitcher par excellence in our family.
Of the three granddaughters, she's the most
The
consistent
excellent.
stitcher.
Yeah, you are.
She's stitching.
The Christmas celebration sample.
Super
Frosted
cute.
Pumpkin Stitchery.
And I have to say,
And I'm doing this S
Better,
for the snowman
that's
right
better.
there.
Yeah, I know. Your fabric's better
I
than the
know
picture.
Frosted Pumpkin Stitcher should hire you to do model stitching because I think your fabric choice is better.
I think so too. And we dyed it ourselves, which is kind of cool. And
Totally.
your stitching
Done
is
on it.
really
It
good
was
too.
Called for to be on a
Some brown.
What is it called?
Like a mocha maybe.
600.
So you've been working on the S square, CHRIS. We've got snowmen,
It's called gingerbread. It's the fabric.
gingerbread. Oh, well, I can see why they would pick gingerbread.
But I think it pops way more.
What would you name your fabric if you were going to name it something?
Oh, I don't know.
What name would you pick? You're good at naming stuff. I bet you'd come up with a really good one. Anyway, well, good job.
Good
Your
job,
stitching is
sweetie. Look
nice.
at that little Rudolph. He's so
Good job.
good job, sweetie.
CHRIS.
How are you doing? Oh, you don't have
You're
any
about
border to
halfway.
work on, right? 'Cause you're not on the outside.
She's in the middle. You don't
Got a
have to do
break.
borders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right from the border.
On this middle square.
Are you going to stitch something really big after you finish this?
I'm gonna stitch a Biscornu.
Oh, a Biscornu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I had not heard. I had not heard of
Should
this.
probably look at
Tiny modernist.
Tiny
Oh,
Modernist.
she's got
They
some.
were so cute.
they
You know
were
what?
so
Have you
cute.
seen the little crab one that says "Don't be crabby"? Oh, it's so cute.
That one's fun.
So
Is
cute.
Julie doing that one?
I think somebody from our
Julie was
cell
doing
is
one.
doing it.
Yeah. Who was it? I can't remember. Maybe Julie did.
Maybe, but I feel like she's doing a different one. No, wasn't she doing a beautiful
Yeah, I
heartstring
might be wrong.
samplery one?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're watching and you are the one doing this crap, let us know
Yeah.
how it's going.
Candy Kerr was doing. Oh, is it a whale one?
I
Whales
can't remember.
or
now.
turtles or something?
I'm looking at a new one to start, but I haven't decided which one to do. So Millie and I might stitch Biscornu together.
I have a ton of them in my queue.
Yeah,
There's so many.
there's so many cute ones.
So
And
many.
it is a fun way to finish. Well, what did you work on this week? Do you want to show first?
Sure. Well, I didn't work on it, but I just want to plug it because of current times. But I just want to make a plug for my Ukrainian stitchy friend, Katerina. Espinola.
Spaniella.
She
It's so cute. That one is really cute. I love that.
she's
one.
got two. One's called, okay, I need to make sure I'm saying that right name because there's two different flower fairies. This is called Flower Fairy, and then there's Fairy Flower, I think, which is an older design, but this one I love. I did not work much, I really didn't work on her, but I know there's a lot of people doing a stitch along with her patterns and other Ukrainian designers as a solidarity support thing. And so I just want to get a plug for that. And she did post today. She hadn't posted for a couple days. And I was getting a little kind of worried. I think she's in Kherson, which is a very devastated town. So that she said that things were quieter and she was able to look at, I think, Instagram and see people that have been stitching her patterns and finishing them and how they've been finishing them, and they made her cry, but I think she just appreciates the support. So anyway, that was my plug, but I did not work on her, but I did just yesterday start working on my Biscornu that Sarah finished hers, Poppy one.
We have a SAL going, kind of in just an ongoing SAL, and I need to post a picture of mine with the hashtag. It's hashtag Biscornu SAL XS, I think. It's in the notes below. I think it's Biscornu SAL XS or something like that.
Right. So I'm stitching one by Sunshine X Stitch. I think she's Italian. She's an Italian designer.
New Gerbera.
Yeah. Daisy.
That looks like.
So I'm doing this beautiful pink one.
And you're doing the called for colors.
I'm doing the call for colors, but on a blue fabric. So this is the front that I'd already finished previously. And then I started the back last night. And the back has the bottom or whatever. It has the same motifs, but there's fewer of the big ones and they're kind of scattered. So it'll be a little bit different. The only thing I haven't done on the front is that it calls for a bunch of bluish teal Algerian eyelets, but they don't look like the kind of Algerian eyelets I have done. And I'm finding them hard to do on this fabric. See, she gives a description. They just didn't look right. So I might just do a
just YouTube search for diamond eyelet cross stitch embroidery.
I might try it again, but they're so tiny. Some of these are so tiny on this fabric. So I was thinking about if I didn't figure those out, I would just do regular Algerian eyelets and just scatter a few around to get the blue accent color on there. Because I don't think you can see it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
It does look hard.
If you can see it, there's some blue. You see the little blue
big
blobs.
ones and
Yeah,
small
I'd like to
ones.
kind of have
They're
that blue
so
on
cute,
there.
though. I think you need to do something like
Yeah, I'll do something on there, star stitch or something. Anyway, so I've been meaning to work on it, and this is actually my Whitco call. And I actually in this project bag have another one that I had bought from them at the same time, and it's the violets.
Yeah, that's pretty
Which is
cute.
beautiful. And I have all the purple flosses in here. So anyway, I worked on that, and this really would not take long. I mean, these went really fast last night. And like I said, there's fewer of them on the back. And it's kind of an easy pattern to kind of do around. So that got some love. Oh, I need to put my needle back in there. Was that in my
Where that needle came from.
flower fairy? Well, there's not one here, so it's going to go in there. Okay. Then what else did I work on? I worked on Winter Quaker, which is the designer of the month is Rosewood Manor. So I worked on that a little bit from
With the Garon.
Garon, Candy Kerr.
614 Stitcher. They're kind of co-hosting
I think
that.
so, yeah.
I'm
Sunshine
not sure.
Stitchers. Sunshine Stitchers in her. And I basically just did that motif there. And there are Algerian eyelets that need to go in here in the corners. Love it. Love the colors.
Really
Love it, love it, love it. Lot of, there's not that many colors, but you're changing colors a lot. Like there's little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I also did not work on that. I'm gonna work on it. I did not. Oh, my calendar piece for the year, which was called Our Year by, I forget their name.
Yeah, me too.
Historical Sampler Company. So it's basically this little square calendar. I'm changing the colors up. I've gotten brave. And I changed up February a little bit, and I'm changing up. So March, it's hard to see on that pattern, but is gonna have little sheep. And I don't like the colors
That's cute.
of their sweaters. I haven't started it yet, but I picked the colors. But I basically just did those 2 flowers
Cute.
yesterday. But
Mm.
I gotta get cracking on this to get this done by.
What color? You had said you haven't picked the colors you're
I
gonna do for the
have.
sheep sweaters.
I picked, I'm kind of just
Switching the
threw-
little sweaters.
I just wanted it to be a little warmer maybe, or I don't think I'm gonna do the words, what are the word March done in green?
Green.
I don't know, we'll see when I get the sheepy done. There's 2 colors on the sheep. There's like a 2-color sweater, and I'm gonna do some variation of these 4, 2 of these 4. I'm not sure how the variation is gonna go.
It's just 2.
Yeah. I think so.
There's 2, 3.
3. So
Yeah.
I can pick 3 of these.
I definitely think you should do the blue.
Yeah.
And the light.
Yeah.
And then one of the purples.
And I've got some other colors in here too that I might pick from. but I
Actually,
just-
maybe you should do the dark purple and then the light purple and the blue. I don't know. Well, you could just
I'll
decide
figure it
what you
out.
like.
Yeah, I was kind of knowing I was going to change the colors on it. This pattern that they designed has a lot of gold in it, and I like a good gold. I don't know. I just feel like my eye goes to all the gold, and now I'm looking at it thinking, look at that much gold. But like the umbrella is gold and white polka dot. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do blue.
That'd be cute too.
I don't know. I just
Change
felt
it up
like
how you
I want
like
to
it.
change it a little bit. Maybe that'll give me the
Yeah.
bravery I need to do the Thea stitch along on
Mhm.
Facebook that I haven't
Troy
done because
Sanders.
you have to pick all your own colors. Just don't feel very good at it. Maybe if I had all my yarn, all my flosses and bobbins, I could see them all laid out, but mine are in bags.
Yeah. I just pull out a bunch of things I kind of think I like for the color scheme, and then I lay them up
Fine-tune it.
next to each other and
Yeah,
toss one out and add one in. I don't feel like I'm great at it.
yeah. I just need to get brave and start it, I guess. Just starting it. And I think that's partly why I waited so long to start this block this month, because I knew I wanted to change it and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So that got a little bit of love and we'll get more. They're not hard squares. They shouldn't take long to do. And then I worked on, I think the last thing I worked on was my Ring Around the Rose Tree, which is not,
I love this bag. I don't think I've seen it.
why am I working on this? Oh yeah, you just
Wisco?
No, it's not my Whipco. Is it on here at all? Maybe I just felt like it. I think I just felt like it.
Yeah, I like this cute bag from Dara.
It's not the designer.
Showed it last week too, I think, but
Mhm.
it's so pretty.
So that's darn up here.
So cute.
Nope, I just wanted to. By the way, the Biscornu that I just showed is a Whipco, and my year at Hawk Run Hollow, which I showed last week but didn't work on again this week. So I just felt like working on Ring Around the Rose Tree, which is a Nora Corbett. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's this beautiful little pattern. And I'm so close. I could start the hair on one of the girls down below the roses, but I really wanted to work more on the roses and just kind of get that through. So I did
Gorgeous.
all of this.
So that's really, I love those roses.
There's a lot of color changes in those leaves. So I think I have,
You're gonna have big blocks of white and blue. Like these are big. The dresses
Yeah.
are just real big blocks.
Yeah.
I think.
I have a little bit, let me look at this real quick. I think I just have a little bit. I think I have a little bit more to do over here. There's obviously this beautiful arbor or garland that goes, I haven't started that around them, but like right underneath this rose starts the hair of the girl in the orangey pink dress. Yeah, peachy dress. I'm really excited to start the girls, but I thought, no, I just make myself work on this floral because I got the other half of the pattern. That's only half of the rose tree. I think I had a tag on it.
Oh, that's really bad.
And I really think that's all I worked on. Sarah helped me figure out the border on my Joyful World a little bit ago, so I can work on that going forward.
There were 2 pages of border that she hasn't printed out. That's why she couldn't figure out how to do the border last week.
It's shocking how that would make a difference. I'm not sure how.
That's funny.
Well, I feel like I looked at that multiple times and thought, I looked at that multiple times trying to figure out.
I
what the
know.
border-
I did several. I'm sure you might, if you've watched for a while, you probably remember me
Yeah.
agonizing over how to do the border on that.
Yeah, It was tricky, and now I know
It's
what you were
tricky.
talking about. If you don't have all the pieces, and it's not like it's one big piece anyway. You're still having to take two pieces and then repeat
together
them.
and then flip it and do.
Yeah.
This is the new knitting I'm doing. I think I started this last week and showed it, but I'm going to do 3 colors. So I'm not very far still, but I did start the new colors. I'll work on this in the car, I think this evening on the way down. So I'm going to do,
I'm not gonna do it striping, so I applaud you.
I'm going to do the green,
Mhm.
and then there's a white, like a cream color, and then a dark gray. And I'm going to do big stripes of the green. Yeah, there's the colors. I'll do big stripes of the green, smaller stripes of the cream, and a smaller stripe of the gray, and then back to the big green.
Super.
I don't think I'm going to use this gray though.
Don't you?
I think I'm just going to use the 3 colors.
Yeah, we talked about
And
that.
alternate. Yeah, I was trying to decide
Yeah.
between the cream and the light gray, and I stuck with the cream. These are yarns from Hobby Lobby. They're like those. They come in. Yeah, it's such a cute.
Super
This is,
cute little jumper.
I don't know how to say this, but I would guess Superle Pocket
Superly.
by Nadia Cretin-Lechen.
I did a few of her shawls.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
She's got a ton of patterns.
Yeah.
The
I'm
size are you
hoping it's
making?
easy. 12 months. It's the biggest size it goes up to.
Yeah.
Goes from 0 to 12 months. There's like 4 different sizes. And so far it's been easy to follow. So hopefully it won't be.
I always
hard.
wonder what happens when you're doing the 2 legs and how you join them together. And then
I know, I haven't.
when I see
Oh,
those
yeah.
cute patterns,
I'll
I'm
let
like,
you know. You'll see it as it unfolds.
Kendra, you follow Kendra's?
Kendra
She's been showing.
Kendra makes.
Yeah, Kendra makes. She's been showing because she's having a baby soon. And she pulled out a bunch of knits that she's had, I think. And she lives up in the tundra, so they need a lot of baby knits. A bunch of knitted things from other babies, and then I think a few new things. And she's got some of those little rompers that are knit. They're
I never had
super-
any of those for the girls.
No, because I didn't know. Well, I
We were
knit.
fairly new knitter, and I
Yeah.
was knitting, but not. I don't, not as much. I don't think.
No.
I did knit for them a lot, but I knit little sweaters.
Sweaters and hats and stuff like that.
This is my Whipco, one of my Whipco goals, and I'm working on this square. This is Shores at Hawthorne Hollow, and that house is coming along. It's just a lot of white. I think it hopefully will show up on the video. It shows up okay in person because it's outlined.
Let me see it in person. Oh yeah, it's just so tiny.
It's just so little. Yeah, because I'm doing on what am I doing? 1/1 on 32, 30.
32 count maybe. Yeah, I think
32,
we did 32. I would never have done 1/1 on 36.
Oh, there's 28. Oh, it's only 28.
No,
1/1 on 28. Sterling Lugana. That's what it's on.
no.
Yeah.
That is not 28 count.
Well, this is the tag that came with the
28 count
fabric.
is
That's why I stuck it
Monaco.
on this tag.
Really? That looks tinier.
Probably because I'm doing it 1/1.
Okay.
Well done. I worked on my little patio hair. This is a Lizzie Kate.
So we haven't seen this one for a while.
I know it was on my magazine monthly, and I'm
Oh.
just filling in that gray head. Filling in the
A lot
head.
of stitch on those little
They
guys.
are way more than it looks like there's
Mhm.
going to be
I
because
love
I
that Greek fabric.
I do too. It's pretty nice to work on because it's got nice big holes and they're it's
Mhm.
technically a linen, but because the holes are big, you can see. Well, I have already stitched the girl version. That's got a thread on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm going to make these into a stand up, but I'm going to wait till it's done. I'll probably have to take some
Yeah.
things off now that I know that I want to finish it that way.
Sorry if you hear a bunch of noise. There's
yeah. Cribbage instruction happening.
yeah, Grandpa's teaching one of the girls to play cribbage.
Yep.
And she's getting help, I think. And
Yeah, sorry. It's definitely quieter than last week when we filmed on Monday.
no nerve gun going on.
No husband banging around the nerve. This was the thing I really worked the most on because I'm pretty close to finishing it. This is
Guys, this
this
is
is
so
the
much
series that-
cuter in person than even the pattern.
Alicia did these last year, right? Was it 2021?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of her series that she went
Mhm.
seasonally. So this is the first one I've done in this series. But I do own the spring thanks to you and the fall, I
I
think.
just love those flowers.
I got the little sheep done last night. And now I just really have the border to finish around that black, it's 3371, so the dark brown border.
Yeah.
And then it says spring, and then it's done.
You know, Alicia, I know you probably don't watch us, but if you are watching us, we're waiting for the next cross stitch series. She's been releasing an embroidery series, which
I do love that sheep.
I have two
Yeah,
daughter-in-laws that are really liking embroidery.
Yeah, maybe they
And
would.
apparently,
Look at how cute he is.
so
Just think
my
about
newest
shapes.
daughter-in-law has finished one embroidery kit she got for Christmas. And she started on the second one.
Oh,
And I was telling my son, they were here last week for a little visit, and he and I were talking, and I said something about her embroidery. He goes, yeah. She's a little worried that you think she's going to want to learn how to cross stitch, and I don't think she wants to. I said, it's fine. She thinks it looks a lot harder. Okay,
cross stitch?
she's in nursing
Harder?
school. I'm pretty sure she can count.
Yeah, cross stitch is like one of the easiest entry level handicrafts.
Embroidery
you can do.
has
I think
all those
embroidery is
special
way more
stitches.
complex.
Yeah,
I know.
satin stitch to make it look perfect. I mean,
know.
no, thank you. I know. I just
So
laughed.
funny.
I won't make her cross stitch. But they're really excited because we're taking a road trip out there in May, June. And there's a yarn store close by them that she's dying to take me to because I taught her to knit during the pandemic. And there's also a needlework store close by. So
Fun.
I know, it'll be fun.
I went to a needlework store close by.
I know.
You have any haul this week?
Is that it? Wow, we're really
That's
quick
all we
today.
really worked on. I know.
guess. I do not have any haul. I'm waiting on my. Okay, your dad needs to understand how PayPal works.
Does he watch us?
No, not very often.
Okay.
Sometimes he does. I don't care.
Be careful what you share.
He needs to embrace this. So, okay, first of all, my husband is very competent on the computer. I mean, there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with him.
But he's terrible with his phone.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
Mom.
He does not check his text messages. He responds to group
Sorry, I'm
family
opening something that I got in the hall.
family group texts that we have going. And he'll respond to something like 5 days later.
Weeks later.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, he just doesn't care, and he knows we make fun of him about it, and he doesn't care.
Did he see all the things we were making fun of him this
I
week?
don't think he's seen it.
And that's what I'm like. We could even make fun of him, and we can't even guarantee he's going to see us. Because the other day, are you telling what he did?
About the picture?
Yeah.
The eyes?
Yeah.
No, well, I didn't really follow that. I didn't read that whole thing.
Well, so my sister-in-law, Cassidy, who has baby Junie, and she had sent out some pictures on the family in like
Group chat. On our text.
and like it had been from like it was like Valentine's Day.
It was
So this was like
Valentine's
a month ago, and then we had a few other texts in between that were just like, "Hey, did somebody send this? Like, we got this in the mail.
Yeah.
We don't know where it came from," and that kind of stuff. And then he, out of the blue, one morning, this week, a month later, we get a text from Dad to everybody that says something like,
She's got beautiful eyes. They look like Cassidy's.
I think he just goes beautiful. He doesn't even say beautiful. I think he just says, let me find it. We were cracking up.
But you know what? Here's the deal. If my computer is not working, he fixes it. It's not that he's not
like he's not
an old guy that can't handle tech.
This is the text. A definite on Cassidy's eyes. Beautiful.
Cassidy.
What are you responding to? Did anyone send Junie a gift via Amazon? Because I think the last text in that thread before that was February 14th. So we all started thinking about it.
But so what
I just don't know why he doesn't.
So
Here's the don't even bother texting him.
our PayPal account. Okay, first of all,
Why?
Yay.
Maybe one cribbage.
our PayPal account he set up years ago, and I hardly ever used it. But now with the advent of ordering on Etsy and stuff, I just linked to the PayPal that he set up. Well, first of all, he never remembers the PayPal password. Plus, he'll change it and then not tell me he's changed it. So I'll be trying to buy something and I can't get my PayPal to go through. So I'll call him. I'll go, what's the PayPal account or password? He goes, I don't know. It could be blah, 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 blah. If that doesn't work, it could be blah, 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 blah. And so the last
It
time
could
this
be
happened,
45 digits
gave me-
and numbers and
yeah.
a random.
the last time this happened, he gave me 3 different passwords and none of them worked. I thought, that's it. I went into his email like I was him. I went into PayPal and I changed our password to one that I could remember. He keeps asking me, what's the PayPal? So now he gets to do it. Anyway, so like if I make a regular purchase on Etsy, like I'm buying a pattern, the notification goes to him. And so he just knows it's been paid, just get a notification. But when I buy something like from Garon Stitchery, when I do a pre-order, they invoice you. And so it's a different kind of PayPal email, apparently, that you have to take action on, like actually pay it. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Really?
So the other day, he goes, he was on the bank website. He goes, he saw the name Garan, and he knew I had bought this bag, and he gave me grief about this bag. So he saw it again. He goes, "Did you buy another bag from me?" And it was this much money. And I said, no. Those are patterns that I'm going to need to pay for that I pre-ordered. And he's like, oh, okay, or something like that. I assumed he had paid them.
Oh,
So this was like maybe 4 days ago. And I saw on their Facebook page that they had some people that had not paid there. They didn't list anybody, but that people hadn't paid their invoices, so their stuff hadn't shipped yet. So I said, did you pay that bill on people? He goes, well, no, I thought it was you had already paid it. So last night he was on his phone. He leans over, what's the PayPal password? I need to make sure he paid it. I want those patterns.
yeah.
Anyway, so that would have been my haul. Probably would have been here because they're super
Oh.
fast.
Next week.
But I haven't really, I'm dinking around trying to decide about fabric because I really want to start summer Quakers. And I also have not bought the Valdanis for it. And I think they have the Picture This Plus fabric back in, but when I look at the website at the color of it, it says it's Picture This Plus truffle, but it's like the color of this board. And I know that in real life, it's a brown with a very underlying
Could
pink
just be a really
undertone.
bad photo.
Well, that's what I thought, okay, I should just buy it. And if it's not what I want, I can either return it or use it for something different. But anyway, that'll be my next probably big haul. But no, I haven't.
I just have a little haul. So if you remember back in the fall, I was stitching that tree for that exchange, that kind of craft
Yeah.
art exchange. So, and I received this. I didn't make this. I don't do pottery. I don't know how, but I received this beautiful thing. Great. I told you to wait a couple days and the cat would turn up. There you go. I was right.
Yeah, the cat.
Mom's always right. So this is by a gal named Anna who sent 2 to me with the idea, and I agreed that I would embellish them with some kind of art, like needlework or something. I was originally thinking I would maybe cross stitch a little border and then attach it to this pottery through here, but I think I'm going to do something with knitting. And I got these little tiny needles, some zeros, and it's crochet thread. And I think I'm going to knit some kind of
Did you get that at Hobby
lace.
Lobby?
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you about. I called you one day and said, they've got this stuff. I sent you a picture.
I don't know. Maybe.
Just
Maybe. I
recently?
can't remember. I did get it at Hobby Lobby. It's got this pretty gold thread running through it. And
Beautiful
so
one
I
there.
think it'll be really pretty against
Uh-huh.
the blue. So I
Uh-huh.
haven't found a lace pattern that I want to do yet, but I'm in the process of looking. So I need to find one I would like to knit that up.
Like
Send
what
those out.
you gonna knit? Like just a
Just like
border?
a lace border.
or
Yeah,
a
but
lacy
I'm
thing.
kind of trying to think of something that means it's like maybe a tree or something meaningful. I don't know. I'm kind of was digging around the other day and I found a lot of beautiful old like vintage patterns for free, on PDFs online somewhere, but
Mhm.
I need to do a little more looking.
How long? I mean, like how wide or how long
I'm
do you want
thinking
your chain?
just really narrow. I mean, I think I just want it to go around the lip here. Like it could, no, I just really you can't really see. I think I just want it to kind of go around the lip here,
Okay.
maybe even really narrow, like a ribbon almost. Or, I don't know. It could even weave in and out. I could make it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any suggestions. I've really enjoyed thinking about it. I love this thing. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
I'm going to make 2 and send one back to her. But I'm really delinquent on it.
Well, but that was kind of a bonus you were doing,
Yeah.
sending her one.
Yeah.
You sent the one you were obligated
And I
to
haven't
send
heard
to.
anything about that one. Like, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
Nobody's followed through on there either. So I don't feel too
Mhm.
terrible. So that was my only haul, was that, and then the needles to go with it. These very skinny little needles.
I don't think I had anything.
Wow, crazy. Let's see. So that's haul. What are your plans for the week?
My plans, well, I did do a spinner for my, because I have certain pieces I want to work on that are my magazine monthly pieces and the designer piece and my Whipco pieces. So I probably just, and those entail basically, I'm going to work some more on that border. And my personal goal for that border on the Joyful World is 4 hours a month. And I'm behind because I got stuck. So that's going to happen. And then my whip go is I think I need to put another 2 hours into my year at Hawk Run Hollow. No, yeah, no, maybe not. I need to look at last week. No, anyway, and my Biscornu, and I would love to get that Biscornu done soon. My designer focus is kind of a whim. It's the Winter Quaker. I need to work on my monthly calendar year. And my magazine monthly, I was kind of bombing along on that actually. Oh, I know why I worked on Ring Around the Roastery. It was on here.
Oh.
And I think I did 4 hours already. So it's pretty much done for the month. And I also need to work on my Flower Fairy by Stitchy Princess.
Yes.
Oh, and Autumn Squirrel. I didn't work on my Autumn Squirrel. That's my animal focus for the month.
Yeah.
That's the theme. So I have not put anything into her. And she's supposed to get 4 hours.
My sheep was my theme for the animal focus.
Oh, yeah.
For that
Got it
magazine
done.
monthly change, and so I got that done.
But I also told Sarah that I was thinking of starting something new. I know everybody's shocked. But I wasn't going to. But have I finished something recently? Trying to justify this.
I don't remember. I thought you had something that you finished. not that long ago.
Yeah. Anyway,
Or maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm the one who finished something.
so I think it was Carolyn Zook a while ago talked about this pattern that was done by Heartstring Samplery, and maybe it was a special something. I don't know. And it was called What a Time to Be Alive. And I've shared about it before. And she wrote about designing this after the pandemic or in the middle of the pandemic. Just, she talks a lot about, there's a lot of talking about it. Anyway, and it's just one color, it's just motifs. And then I think down here where you can't see it, says What a Time to Be Alive.
It says right here. That's where it says what a
Oh,
time to
there
be
it
alive.
is,
But
sorry.
down below she says she stitched the words. I don't know if you can see them in
Oh.
the picture. Stitched while the earth stood still, spring 2020 global pandemic. And the first initial of the members of her family where she was spending all of her time with. But that's
Okay.
probably covered up.
Yeah, I think it's right here. I can see some initials.
It's kind of
So I don't know what I'm going to put down there. And I was originally going to stitch it, in memory of the crazy 2020, but 2022 is just as crazy. And 2021 wasn't really much better. And I just felt like with world events going on right now, I don't know. I don't know if it's just, I know everybody's really upset about what's happening in the world, but I also am caught up in the feeling of I can't believe this is happening in my lifetime again. I didn't live through World War II, but my dad did, my mom did. They were little children. And I just feel like, how are we here again? And this doesn't seem like this would ever happen again. How naive. But anyway, so anyway, this was distributed by Acorns and Threads. They probably still have it. You can call them. They're a local needlework store just outside of Portland, Oregon. And they put it together for me. And the fabric is a Weeks linen cappuccino. And then they said that, this is a Gloriana. And I've never done a Gloriana. And they picked this Northern Lights. They had said somebody else had done it in blue. And I thought, I want to do it in blue. I'm not a big fan of stitching in white ever.
I like the blue.
And I think the blue will pop more.
Gorgeous.
So, yeah, I feel like starting that.
Yeah.
But we'll see if I get to that or not. Who knows? Yeah, that's about my only plans. I don't think I have to work on my my other whip go too. Your Hawk Run Hollow.
Yeah.
Hawk Run Hollow.
I really want to pull out my Victoria Sampler SAL and get another week done on it. I didn't work on it at all this week.
Why am I having a mind blank?
That's the one.
Oh, the
Stitch
free one.
Along
Yes,
that they're doing right
it's
now
just-
that you can get on the website.
I need to print those clues. I have not been printing them, and I need to print them before they go bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, I have them, so you could probably. But I can't remember what the next step is. I think it's not too big of a challenge one. I think the next one. So I want to do that.
I feel like she kind of alternates. 1 week is kind of a specialty stitch, and the next week is kind of just nice little stitching, and then there's a whopping big thing.
I think that's where I'm at. And then I just have several things that I really need to get a little bit on for my magazine monthly. I want to finish that Patio Hare's face, just because I feel like I've been stuck on that gray face for a long time.
Well, you actually, you worked a lot on his body last year though.
Yeah, I
You
did.
got all of his clothes done.
No, just his upper half. I haven't done his legs.
Oh.
So that those blue
Oh.
overalls and will go all the way down. So I have a lot more to go
Yeah,
there.
that's where to
still.
go. Okay.
But he'll be really cute when he's done. I probably won't get him done for this spring. I could, I guess, if I stitched monogamously, but I don't
But
really
it's not
want
that
to.
big of a part.
Yeah, no. So I do want to, yeah, so I'll work on that. And I super close to finishing the stitching, not the beading, but the stitching on the stocking, the cranberry and pines. And I have that on my magazine monthly twice. So, and that is my whip goal for this month too, is that stocking. So
Oh,
if I
you'll
work
have
on
that
that
done.
some this
I mean,
week,
you'll have the stitching done for sure on that.
yeah, I think so.
And probably some beading if you're gonna get those hours in.
Yeah, I probably need to buy
Or
some,
this
buy the
month.
beads. I don't have the beads yet, so probably need
Oh.
to buy those. So
Yeah.
those are my kind of my big plans. I do want to start something new. I think I'm kind of feeling the itch, but I don't know what yet. So
I know. I mean, I have a lot of things I want to start. A
mhm.
lot of things.
I didn't pull all of this in, but I just remembered that my friend, this happens to me now and then, where somebody will give one of my friends. I'm in that age group where I think grandparents and are passing away, and then if they know somebody who cross stitches, you
Mhm.
get all that stuff, but that person doesn't necessarily want to keep all that stuff. I've had this happen a couple
Mhm.
times, so they've given it to me because they know I'm a big
Yeah.
cross stitcher. But one of them was that cardinal, the dimensions kit that you're working on.
Yep.
But I don't think I'm quite ready to start that one. I really, really want to start spring at Hawk Run Hollow, and I really want to start my Hade. So, and I've got all the stuff I think I need to get going on my Hade. If I would just get brave. That's the one thing I don't have.
Just gotta
Yeah,
put it
it's my
in,
courage.
put it in a stitch.
I know. I don't know why I'm so intimidated. I don't know why.
It's not
I
like
need
you.
to just do it. I know.
I mean,
No.
started.
It's not that big a
that was
deal
pretty
either, because if I
intimidating.
take it, if I mess up, I just take it out. I don't know what the holdup is. I just need to do it. And I want to pick a new Biscornu because for our smalls exchange, which we haven't talked about yet today, but I sent out if you signed up for our smalls exchange, you should have gotten an email
Oh, I was
today,
gonna check to see if
Saturday,
I got
the
mine.
12th, to sign up for Elfster. So you follow, I should send you a link. You're checking right now. Is it there?
I'm looking here. Yeah.
It should have sent you a link to follow to this free website, Elfster, and it's just a Secret Santa exchange.
It just
website.
has a little.
We've used this
says-
every year for years now with our family for
It
our wish
basically
list.
partway down has an RSVP. You just click on that.
Click
and
on
it'll take you to
that.
the
So
website.
it'll take you right to the website that's going to pair you up with somebody as soon as we draw names. And I think you won't know who has your name.
Look
You'll
at
just
this
know who
pretty
has
little
your-
picture.
But it also, I can upload my own too, but I haven't. I might just leave it in cute flowers. Your name and everything, your address will be secure. The only person I think who will see it is the person who gets your name.
Mhm.
So it's not like you're just broadcasting that
Yeah.
online somewhere. So if you are signed up for that and you want to participate, we would love for that to happen. And I think I'd like to have the names drawn by maybe about a week from now. If everybody signs up before, then I'll just draw it right then. So go ahead and follow the link in your email.
They
Very
need to be
excited about
done
that.
and mailed by June 8th.
Yeah, I picked earlier June so that it gives plenty of time before, like we kind of wanted to do Christmas in July Zoom meetup to share what we got because we're doing holiday themed stitching small.
Okay.
So I kind of want to do this one. That's what I
Yeah.
holiday this one, maybe wintry.
Yeah.
So anyways, so that was kind of the big thing on my agenda this week, but I got that.
So
taken
are
care
you
of.
saying people can still sign up if they send you an email?
I think if you still want to participate, since I'm decided to go with Elfster, why don't we say you have until, what's today? Today's the 12th.
Next.
If you, for some reason, haven't signed up, but you wish you had, I'm going to try to draw the names by, I think I decided the 20th. So if you see this and you're like, oh, I really wanted to, and I haven't signed up yet, I'm probably not going to draw names till the 20th.
Really?
Is that too late? I mean, that's 1 week from today. Oh, no. Yeah, that's basically.
Oh,
a week
yeah,
from
it
today.
is. Yeah.
I know. It's already almost March 20th. But that should still give you lots of
This week
time.
is the middle of March.
Middle of March to middle of June, March, April, May, June. That still gives you 3 months
Yeah.
to stitch a small and finish. I think we should be able to do
Yeah. Okay.
So by next week, the
Whew.
20th of March, 2022, if you're watching this way later, don't sign up for Elster. I won't have anything to offer you.
Yeah, if you somehow.
So we're excited though. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. And it'll be, because I was concerned that we would have an odd number of people and how we were gonna do that. But Sarah said we're just doing a circle.
Yeah, it's not going to be like 2 people paired with 2 people paired.
Mhm.
It's just going to be, you're going to have a name and that person's going to have a different name.
It'd be great.
So it doesn't matter
It'll
if
be
you
really
have
fun.
an even or an odd number.
Kind of excited.
Me too. So I've been thinking about what I want to start for that.
Yeah. Do you have anything else going on?
We've got our giveaways.
Oh, yeah. Last week we gave away Rabbit Run by Prairie Schooler. Is that close enough?
Yeah, that's good.
And they have little bonus patterns and yeah, that's only 2. Anyway, it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's cute. And the winner is Emily Call.
Yay! Congratulations,
Emily.
Emily. We don't have your address, I don't think. So email us at stitchandstuffxs@gmail.com down
Yeah.
below with your mailing address.
And I will get this mailed out to you. And then we have a different giveaway for this.
New one. So I actually bought these a while ago. I have a copy for myself because I love it. There's a kids album. Sorry. It's really loud. By Elizabeth Mitchell. She is kind of a folk singer, and we have listened to this album since the kids were babies. And she has this song on there. It's "The North Wind Doth Blow." Well, she sings it, "The north wind doth blow, and we shall have snow. But what will the robin do then? He'll sit in the barn to keep himself warm and hide his head under his wing."
You know,
Poor
it's a
thing.
poem, don't you?
Is it a poem
It's a
from
poem.
something?
It's just a poem. It's a children's poem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So she just said it to
She
music.
said it to
maybe,
music.
or-
Yeah. In fact,
I've always loved
I
the
remember
song.
having to write that out when I was a kid.
Oh,
And
really?
my grandma, who died several years ago at the age of 95 almost, used to tell me that she had to memorize poetry when she was a little girl.
Hmm.
And here she was in her 80s. And I remember her reciting this one
remember
back
this
to me
one?
as one of the ones she had to learn in school.
Oh, that's so funny.
Mhm.
This one, it's Silver Creek Samplers, and it just caught my eye once, and I ordered it, and I ordered an extra one to give away with the plan.
Yeah. It's kind of going back to winter, but I think a lot of people feel like they are going to
Kind of
winter.
looks like springish though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right
Just a
now,
barn.
I mean, it snowed on our hills the other day still.
Yeah.
So I know. I think I kind of intended to give this away, and I forgot about it. So I was looking through our stuff.
Yeah. What are we going to use for the word?
Robin. So oh yeah. So if you want to enter to win the North Wind from Silver Creek Samplers, leave in your comment the word Robin. Robin. Like bird.
Want me to take
it?
Although I'm not much better right now. I haven't mailed out mine either. So
I have a pile ready to go. I've lost my planner from last year that has the list of who gets what. So I need to go back through all the videos at the end and watch them all. Or if you're watching this and you remember that you're supposed to get something and leave a comment, that would be a huge help to me.
let her know.
That would be a huge help to me. Otherwise, I'm going to be scanning back through all our old videos, trying to figure out who else.
I should start taking notes too.
I don't know where it went either, because it's just like this, but smaller, and I had it all, I didn't lose it all year. And
Yeah, I'll start taking notes too, just in case we have another issue.
Yeah, so
Let's see. Today's actually recording on a Saturday.
I know. Yeah. So that's everything I can think of. I'm still reading the same stuff. Nothing new there. Reading anything new?
I'm not reading anything new. I haven't really read much. But I did see a series that people might want to look into if they like the Maisie Dobbs kind of mystery. They were kind of comparing her to Maisie Dobbs. I haven't looked at it, but maybe somebody else would want to look into it if they're rabid readers. Fiona Fig Mysteries. They even have
heard of those.
they even have kind of the same
Artwork.
artwork as Maisie Dobbs.
Perfect for
And
fans of
Fiona-
Downton Abbey and Maisie Dobbs.
Yeah, and it looks like it's of that era, like the 30s.
Mhm.
Anyway, so Fiona
Fun.
Fig, Figg Mysteries, and they're by. Who are they by?
Not Fiona Fig.
It didn't.
Doesn't have her name on it.
It doesn't. I just screenshotted. Okay.
Oh,
Kelly Oliver, maybe. Let's look.
while you're doing that, I have for years listened to a podcast called Craftlit and talked about it before, but it's been a long time since I talked about it. So Heather Ordover is the person who hosts this podcast, and she there's some stitching or knitting
Mhm.
tucks sometimes at the beginning, although a little bit less so. I think now she's very busy because she's working a really full-time job. But in her former life, she was an English teacher.
Oh.
So she does books, lit, and all kinds of books. If they're in the public domain, she uses them for, because they're accessible, but she'll do a little explanation or vocab, history, things that kind of make the book more easy to understand, maybe for modern listeners. And we just finished doing a mystery. It made me think of that because it's one of the earliest mysteries. And she actually is kind of credited as being one of the inspirations for like Miss Marple and Agatha Christie's novels. Anna Catherine Green is the name of the author, and the name of the book was The Leavenworth Case, and it was really good. So we just finished that one, and she's about to start doing Mark Twain's Personal Recollections of Joan of Arc, which I've never read.
Does she read it out loud, or are you reading along?
Usually she has another reader. So sometimes she uses
reading
a
it.
free
You're listening to the book
recording, and sometimes somebody like another listener who's a really good reader will do it.
It's
like the
not
Anne of Green Gables was done by a listener. That was a fun one.
But it wasn't. It's not a read along. You're actually hearing somebody reading it.
Yes, it's not just like a book club where you read it. So like an episode is maybe an hour long, and the first 15 minutes or maybe book chat and just chat about the world and things going on, and then she'll play a chapter or two of whatever book you're doing from a free recording online, and then she'll come back and finish with a chat about.
I think I started listening to her.
It's prolific.
Anne of Green Gables, maybe, or I was going to start and I didn't.
Yeah, the reader was really good for Anne of Green Gables. I can't remember her name, but she's done Jane Eyre, which is the first one I did because that's one of my very favorite books. But we've done several Jane Austens, and I like it because an audiobook, I'll start an audiobook but never like get through it. Like I just kind of I don't know. It's not the same as seeing in my podcast thing a feed pop up like new episode. So I'm working through a book once a week, usually, and then there's usually a break between books while she gets ready. So
it is Fiona Fig Mysteries are by Kelly Oliver.
So there's a good recommendation. But you haven't read those yet.
No, I have not.
But
I'm still reading I'm plotting. I mean, I really haven't read, but it's the latest Maisie Dobbs, and a new one comes out this month. Okay. So I was a book behind. I was actually 2 books behind, and I read one this last fall. It took me forever to get through. I don't know why it took me so long to get through it. I just didn't. This one, when I start reading it, I'm engaged earlier on. I had a hard time remembering who people were in the last one. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I don't know.
Maybe it's just been a while since you've read it.
Yeah. I had to ask Dad. I said, who is this guy again? Is she in love with him? You know, kind of, no, he's just an old policeman kind of thing. But anyway, I couldn't keep track of who, because she's had several admirers over the years. So anyway, I think that bogged me down. I don't know why I didn't just ask him in the middle of the book, but I think that the American agent is going to make it more of there's a mystery agent. Well, she knows who he is, but an American agent in England during the beginning of World War II.
I am not that far in those.
I think they have taken a fancy to each other. I want her to be happy.
Yeah.
She's had some terrible tragedy in her life.
Poor Maisie. She makes for good
books. I'm only laughing because I know it's fiction.
But. we were talking at our co-op, the lady, there's a couple of moms sitting there. We were talking about how God uses hard things in our lives to create or something. And one of the moms was like, yeah, I kind of give my kids hard things sometimes to increase their character. She was joking. And I was like, I don't need to do that. My kids are going to be artists and poets. They've had enough trauma in their lives. It's already flowing out in the creativity. Anyways. Poor Maisie.
Well, yeah, I don't really have anything else.
Well,
except for we have to get ready to go.
I know, we got to get on the road to go see the moon and stars. It's not looking very good out
probably
there.
Should check the sky again.
I know, it's kind of cloudy now here.
We might just be going for dinner.
Yeah, in case we should just go out to dinner. So we'll see. We better check that again. But thanks for watching and joining us for our chatter.
Don't forget featured friends.
Yeah.
And the smalls.
And I guess you should like and subscribe. Sometimes people say that in your videos.
People do. People are, yeah, I don't know what our,
Maybe that's why we're just sitting at the same number of viewers, because we have our subscribers.
I guess I need to like maybe I should put a snapshot of us each week when we load up on Instagram.
Sure. You know, send me that snapshot and I can use it for a better thumbnail, because I just use whatever YouTube says. Here's the thumbnail.
Can you go in and change it after it's already
Yeah,
done?
but I'd have to like go screenshot something, and
That's what I usually do. I usually just screenshot.
if you find a good screenshot, shoot it to me.
I'll try to.
What are we calling this episode? Give me a name so when I upload
You
it.
didn't like my last week's name.
What was it?
Stop
again?
farting around. What did you use? Crazy times.
It was crazy.
I don't
Last week
know.
was crazy.
I don't know.
Well, we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Maybe something about the smalls exchange. Just like,
Yeah.
if you want to do it, do
Smalls
it now. Don't miss
Last
out.
chance.
Yeah.
Last chance. There you
Last
go.
chance. Smalls. Last chance exchange. That's what I love. Well, thanks for watching. Now you know if we call it that or not.